Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Toyin Olukorede, an early years educator, a life coach, and a chef. If today is your first time on this channel, you are welcome and thank you for watching.
Made your applications. Now you've got an interview. How do you ace an interview? Let's get started. Number one, the first thing is you want to make a good impression. So always you are going to be asked this question. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
Or they will ask you, tell us about your background. Okay, what do you want to do? So this is it. You need to be very composed. You need to be very organized and structured. If that is the first time you're having to say something in that interview, you don't just begin to tell them about yourself. You need to greet. So greetings. Hi, good day, good afternoon. After the greeting, what do? You thank them. Okay.
Yes,
thank you for giving me this opportunity to have this chat with you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to, to have this interview with you. Then you can begin to talk. You tell them about your educational background. When you finish, the next thing you want to talk about is your current role. So in my current role, this is what I do. And then you want to showcase some of the things, okay, you've achieved in this role. Okay, some of the things I've achieved in this role, I've been the best staff. Okay, in the last year, I've been the best staff, been able to increase the bank's APR by a significant 20%. We remember we
Not
try
I.
to use we most times. It shows you you're a team worker. Okay, you do that. If you have previous roles, tell them about your previous role. Previously, I used to work with this place. Okay, and then you have to tell them why you left that place, your current role.
Do not say anything bad about your last boss. Because sometimes they ask.
Yeah.
When they ask and you're like, oh, my last boss was so wicked, it was me. Oh, so you have to be very careful. No matter what your boss did to you, it's still a good person. She was very good. My boss was an exceptional leader. That way they know you won't do that to them when you start working. So you just have to you have to paint your last boss and your last work perfect.
Yeah, that's it. That's very correct. So the structure again, okay, you greet them, you thank them for giving you the opportunity, talk about your educational background, talk about your current role, tell them about your previous roles, and then you can tell them about your hobbies if you've got time. My job is not just, I don't just work. I try to relax, rest, and recuperate, okay, for the next day or for the next week. While like this, I try to play some tennis, I watch some TVs, I listen to music. Okay, this is how you can structure yourself. Okay. Another common question you're going to be asked is, what are your strengths and your weaknesses? Okay. For your strengths, remember you need to be very, very careful. Even if you have these qualities, do not tell them technical qualities as your strength. I'll give you an example. If you're applying for a medical role, okay, and they ask you what are your strengths, don't tell them I know how to perform this surgery, I know how to perform 4 surgeries in a day. No, that is what the job description is. Okay, so if you're going to tell them your strengths, give them roles that are relational. Okay, roles that are relational. I'm a team worker is a strength. I know how to cover for colleagues. That is a strength. Don't give them technical skills because that is part of the job description. All right. The second thing is weaknesses. Now this is it. These are mistakes you don't want to make. Never ever say you don't have a weakness. This is the reason why most interviewers will ask you if you have a weakness. They want to check if you know and understand your limitations, and if you're ready to escalate it when it's more than what you can do. That is what they are testing. They are not trying to sneak into things you really cannot do. They are just trying to test if this individual in front of us understand that he or she has limitations and is willing to escalate it to either a senior colleague when it's past beyond the bar. So never say you don't have a weakness. When you're asked what are your weaknesses and you're going to answer the question, never say my weaknesses are. No. Rather, use things like things I can improve on are. Okay, there are some certain things I can improve on. These include, okay, so don't call them, whereas they've called them your weaknesses, but you don't have to, you really don't have to, okay. Look at them from the point of things you can improve on. For example, you're a midwife, you take deliveries, and they ask you, can you tell us some of your weaknesses? And you say, I am trying to improve on my surgical skills. Now, doing surgeries, it's not really the job descriptions of a midwife. And in the interviewer's head, he knows that I'm never ever going to ask you to do this. You're never going to be asked to do this.
Yes.
Okay, but for the fact that you've mentioned something,
you know
your, and this is the thing. When you're mentioning your weaknesses, don't stop by just mentioning the things you need to improve on. Mention things you've begun to do to help you cope with that. I'll give you an example. So I'm a midwife. I'm not very good with surgical procedures. However, recently I've been trying to go to the theater. I've been trying to watch the doctors to see how I can improve my knowledge. So I remember, was it your second? Should you tell them? Should I tell them? I'll tell you guys. I remember her second interview. She went for a role of an overseas officer, and then they asked, tell them yourself. Tell them what you did.
No, continue.
And then she was asked, what are your weaknesses? What did you say?
I don't have any.
And she said, I don't have any weakness. I mean, you're a human being. There's no how you wouldn't have any weakness. Everyone has a weakness.
Probably I was just tense.
Yeah. Everyone has a weakness.
Yeah.
So they're really not testing to see if you have a weakness or not. They just want to see if you know your limits and you're ready to escalate when it's beyond you. And the last thing is, in every interview, the interviewers will give you an opportunity to ask questions. It's usually the last thing you're going to be asked. Now, this is the trick. If your interview went well, you can ask them questions, you know, about the support during the role, you know, supervision and everything. But if your interview didn't go well, or there was a question you felt you didn't answer well, this is an opportunity to do something by saying, please, do you mind if I just clarify about what you asked me earlier on? This is not about my score in the interview. I just want to learn. It's just an opportunity for me to learn, to offer better service. Then you defer back. Once you do that, the interview, yes, that is the point. The interviewer has registered something in his or her brain. This person is a teachable person. I mean, it's just an interview, but the person still wants to know that to help after leaving this place. So it happens a lot. So that is it. These are proven tips that will ensure you get that job.
Thank you so much for watching our video today, and to all those that have been sharing, thank you so much. So do well to subscribe if today is your first time watching this video. We'll see you next time.